Well, as a public figure, I'm pretty familiar with the slings and arrows of political debate, but I'm not immune from the hate thrown my way. Nevertheless, I am resilient enough to withstand it, but many are not. Many in our society are not. Opponents of marriage equality already use words that hurt, and words are not the only weapons wielded by some of those who harbour animosity towards LGBTI Australians. Assaults and worse are not unknown in this country, even today. Many same-sex couples don't hold hands in the street because they don't know what reaction they'll get. Some hide who they are for fear of the consequences at home, at work, at school.
Hi, my name is Samantha Woods, and my team and I will be discussing discrimination of the lesbian, gay, bi, transgender youth within communities and how it's relevant to universities. The design of the comic is a two-sided portrait of what can commonly happen when one goes to university. We started with the first slide of a young man going to his first day of university. He is incredibly excited at the prospect of starting a new life at university with like-minded people, as it appears he was bullied to an extent due to his homosexuality at school. Many people do not have this need to start a new life after their schooling years, as they have not experienced the trauma and hatred one must go through with people that may not understand homosexuality. So to get a new break, this could be one of the most important stages of one's life. Slide 2 shows a young man sitting in his first tutorial group. The tutor is asking everyone to get into teams for a group assignment. As he is asking someone to be in a group with him, he is hastily rejected. This is of particular importance as it could be the grounding for mental health issues to start. A study conducted by Haston Buehler et al. In 2012 stated that social isolation, rejection, degree of connectedness, and status be a key risk factor in youth major depressive syndrome within the lesbian, bi, gay, transgender community. Youth in the general population who are isolated from their peers, who experience low levels of peer support, are particularly vulnerable to depression. Moreover, concerns of rejection can lead to individuals with concealable stigmas, such as homosexuality, to avoid close relationships for fear of others discovering their stigmatized identity. Slide 3 follows on from Slide 2, showing the young man walking through university and people making judgments about him. People saying hateful words is incredibly common amongst this group and can be detrimental, especially to one who is young. Sexual minority groups are at an increased risk for negative health outcomes, including substance abuse, depression, anxiety, and suicide contemplation or attempts. A journal article conducted by Di Fulvio in 2011 stated that sexual orientation victimization is a predictor in such outcomes. Anywhere from 30 to 80% of sexual minority groups have experienced some form of victimization, whether it be verbal or physical. 82% of lesbian, gay, bi, transgender people have experienced violence or harassment in their lifetime, and 75% of have reported that they would not seek professional help due to various reasons, mainly being that they thought they would be treated unfairly, according to Equality in Health Australia. Slide 4 shows the young man back at home in bed. He is obviously upset by the day to the point of asking why he must be this orientation. He is contemplating life based on the acts of the people who encountered on this day. Suicide is one of the most troubling reported consequences of discrimination and victimization amongst youth who are in a sexual minority group. Depression has been found to go hand in hand with substance abuse and has been reported as a critical predisposing factor for suicide amongst lesbian, gay, and bisexual youth. Statistics from Equality in Health Australia show that 35% of the LBGT people have suicidal thoughts in their lifetimes, compared to 13% of heterosexuals. 17% have made suicidal plans, and 13% have attempted suicide, compared to 3 to 4% of heterosexuals. In addition to this information, according to Beyond Blue in Australia, it has been found that a significantly higher proportion of the LGBT community use alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs to escape their prejudice. The next 4 slides show a comparison to the previous 4 to show what would happen if people acted in a kind manner and without discrimination. This slide shows very simple acts of kindness. Someone is asking the simple question of if she could sit with this young man, and also gives him a compliment about his style. Slide 3 reflects Slide 3 on the negative side to show a positive view on how important it is that people accept others for who they are. The young man is astounded that he has been accepted and is incredibly happy. The friend is shocked as to why he thought he wouldn't be accepted. Studies have found that schools and universities need to create a normative environment where youth can feel comfortable disclosing their sexual orientation and be open to being themselves. This is of particular importance as it allows for individuals to link their emotional development to a safe and accepting environment. The final slide shows the young man being invited to a dinner party by his new friends. Everyone is pleased to meet him, and the young man is thrilled that he's made new friends. This slide clearly shows how much of a difference it can make to be friendly to someone as opposed to using hate. The young man is excited about what the future holds and is confident he will make lasting friends and be accepted.